Greetings. This is Paul the Poke from PaulthePoke.com. Today's topic, water rising behind the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam. We are July 20, 2020. We're going to take a look at Isaiah 19 verses 5 through 7. And the waters of the sea will be dried up, and the river will be dry and parched, and its canals will become foul, and the branches of Egypt's Nile will diminish and dry up. Reeds and rushes will rot away. There will be bare places by the Nile, on the brink of the Nile, and all that is sown by the Nile will be parched, will be driven away, and will be no more. So three prophets, Isaiah, Ezekiel, and Zechariah in the Bible, make the claim the Nile River is going to run dry at some point in the future. Which brings us to July 2020. Water is beginning to rise behind the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam, or the GERD. And the source of the water for the GERD is the Blue Nile. Now, there are conflicting reports from the region if Ethiopia has begun filling the reservoir behind the dam. Currently, water rights talks between Ethiopia, Sudan, and Egypt have broken down. To date, no agreement has been reached. Ethiopia has openly discussed the idea of beginning to fill the dam without reaching an agreement. So the dam is located right here in Ethiopia, northwest corner of Ethiopia, on the Blue Nile River. Estimates anywhere from $4.2 to $5 billion. It's going to be a hydroelectric plant, going to bring lots of electricity to the people of Ethiopia. And now they estimated, this is an estimate from National Geographic, 74 cubic billion meters of water, and that's with a height of 145 meters. Now that has changed, and they're going higher. So roughly 1 meter is equal to 3.25 feet. So loosely multiply that times 3 and add some stuff. Give you an idea. Now the following is a tweet from Seleshe Bekele, Minister of Water, Irrigation, and Energy of the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia. 2 tweets he sends out. The GERD construction has reached level 560 meters, so roughly times 3, 1,500 plus another 180. So we're looking at roughly 1,700 feet compared to 525 meters last year this time. The inflow into the reservoir due to heavy rainfall and runoff exceeded the outflow and created natural pooling. Yes, natural pooling. This continues until overflow is triggered soon. The dam has yet to be constructed to the level 640 meters. So that's 1,920 feet. So we're looking at roughly a 2,000-foot dam when it's finished. And in fact, predicted heavy rain this year is expected to cause huge flooding in the region. So we'll keep a little water behind the dam just to keep everybody downriver safe is what we're going. Allegedly. So the following satellite photos were taken between June 27th and July 12th. So this is a little over 2 weeks. This is courtesy of Maxar Satellite Technology. So in 15 days, we have the old Blue Nile within its channels. Oh, by the way, lots of heavy rain. Let's shut those gates off just to keep everybody downriver safe. And look at how much water that has filled. I'm just looking at current coming out of the dam. Not a whole lot of water moving out of the dam here. We got lots of water moving out of the dam with less water. That's just me looking at this. What do I know? Now, the government of Sudan, which is one country north to Ethiopia, reports water levels in the Blue Nile have dropped by 90 million cubic meters per day. So they're saying there's a clear change in water flow coming through their country. And so that the Ministry of Irrigation and Water Resources reiterates its firm rejection of any unilateral action taken by any party, especially following the continued efforts of African Union and South African President Cyril Ramaphosa to reach a consensus among the three countries on this outstanding issue, which could be resolved through strong political will. And again, that is the Sudan, and that's the official Sudan government statement. Now, if you guys want to check this out, click on this link at atelier.com. Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam threatens relations between Egypt, Ethiopia, and Sudan. Now, mind you, this has been going on for 9 years since they proposed to build this thing. And, at that pace, going back up here, should take another couple of years to finish the dam. It keeps getting bigger, higher, holds more water behind it. Anyway. Egypt, obviously the last one downriver on the Nile, completely dependent on the Nile for its life and the water from the Nile. They're not happy about the GERD. And Egypt's president, Abdel Fattah el-Sisi, remains in close contact with his defense counsel regarding the matter. Now, while they're paying attention to what's going on the Blue Nile and the water being backed up on the Blue Nile, Egypt is also moving massive amounts of military equipment to the Libyan border. And there's some prophetic implications there, because we got Russia and we have Turkey kind of sparring with each other over control of Libya. Libya has the most oil in Africa. And we also know from Ezekiel 38 and 39 that Russia is going to be aligned with Turkey, Iran, and Libya, or ancient Put. So the gang's all together in Libya. I would suggest Egypt's probably going to get their nose bloodied a little bit if they step in there, just looking at prophecy, if this is the time. But that's just me taking a guess. Who knows what's going to happen? But interesting times. We know where things are headed for Egypt. Multiple places in the Bible that says the Nile River will dry, and Isaiah is not the only post or the only place. Zechariah and Ezekiel, they have some things to say about it too. Now, Zechariah's comments are interesting. The prophet states God will strike the waves in the sea to bring this about, to bring about the drying of the Nile. And if you go back up to the beginning of the verse, and the waters of the sea will be dried up. So that have to be the Mediterranean Sea will be dried up. That is the claim that's being made by the prophet. The Mediterranean will be dried up, and the river will be dry and parched in its canals. So that's two statements where God is saying, he's saying he will strike the waves in the sea so that all the depths of the Nile will go dry. So something pretty cataclysmic is going to take place. Now, that's not to say that this dam doesn't have an impact on it. There can be less water in the river because of this dam. That seems to be pretty obvious. And a drought could do the same thing, but God's got it handled. So you got three prophets, Isaiah, Zechariah, and Ezekiel 30, verse 12, and I will dry up the Nile, and I will sell the land into the hand of evildoers. I will bring desolation upon the land and everything in it by the hand of foreigners. I am the Lord, I have spoken. So Egypt is definitely a factor to be watched during the end time scenario. The big thing is the economic upheaval that will be caused by the Nile River going dry. It says what it says. And every time I put this out, I get all sorts of fun commentary about how I'm, reading something that's not there into this prophecy. It's never happened. So, how long and this hasn't happened since Isaiah, Ezekiel, Zechariah. So we're looking at 25 to 2,700 years ago. I haven't seen anywhere where the Nile River's gone dry, but it says it's going to. That's three prophets. God told each of them. It's a big sign of the end times. So we will be watching it. Anything that will impact the flow of the Nile River, planning on commenting. This is a big deal. Has significant economic implications at the least to the continent of Africa. So appreciate you guys following along. If you are interested, please feel free to share with others at PaulthePoke.com. You can sign up. The gray box is gone again today, but you can click on this blue box, or there's a gray box sometimes down here. Type in your email address, receive notification every time we put something out. We got lots of things coming this week. So please feel free to share with others, and this will be categorized under Egypt Nile River. So rivers play a big part in the end time scenario. Also got some stuff what Turkey's doing to the Tigris and the Euphrates on the border of Iraq and Syria. That will be coming out at some point. Putting that together as we speak. So may not be this week, but in the next week or so. Appreciate you guys following along. Hope you have a great day. Take care. Have a good one.